Okay, so Khachanov has just taken this first set. Now let's take a look at what happened in this first set. So there was just the one break and some decent service holds from McDonald. Just scan over the stats. It's looking like a strategy one, hands-on approach in this second set. Some nice first serve percentage there, 85%. 65% of first serves going in. 4 winners versus 7 unforced errors, and winning 43% of these first set points. It's a green light for a strategy one hands-on approach, with McDonald serving first in this second set. We've got a lay trade and a back trade at 7.4. Might just get 7.2 there. So the plan will be to trade off these service holds, build up a bit of profit on McDonald and chase the break. Now Khachanov is the favourites here. Let's just take a look at the starting price. So he started at around the 1.4 to 1.45 mark, and obviously we reached a nice landing zone price there. 1.16. And McDonald on price balance started around 3.5 and is now drifted to 7.4. So we should expect a nice price movement on the service holds, hopefully from about 7.4 down to 6. We'll see how much confidence the market has in him, and hopefully we see some nice service holds that we saw in that first set. So McDonald to serve first in this opening set. Sorry, in the second set. All stats were looking good, and I have fair confidence in him holding at least a few service games. So I'll be looking to close out the lay side, and depending on how much price movement we do get, I may leave the backside open, or I may take another half point out of the market. It looks like he's just, yeah, okay, 15 love. So just slightly in the green there. Always like to judge these first games to see how much price movement we do get with these service holds. Ideally, I would like to see him at least hold sort of 3 service games to lock in some profits. Okay, 30 love. So we got off to a decent start and a nice bit of profit. So nicely in the green. So I'm hopefully expecting this to drop down to the 6.0 mark. We might not reach that. 6.4, yeah, well, we could reach 6.0. It might even break through the 6.0. And it'd be nice to see Khachanov go up to 1.20. So 40 love. Looks like a decent service hold from McDonald. Always nice to see your player that you're backing start off the set well and not chasing the other player. Certainly not trailing behind. Okay, nice, decent service hold. And we've got the price of 1.2. If we can get a 1.2, 1.19 is absolutely fine. We had a decent amount of price movement there, so I'm just going to take almost a half point off McDonald, just to reduce that down a little bit more. So just reducing my liability, but leaving plenty of money in the market to chase a break if we do get the break. So I've only got £100 liability in the market. So it locked in a fair bit of profit there on that service hold. And the reason I didn't leave more money in the market, we had decent price movement there, so I wanted to lock that in. But also I am expecting Khachanov to hold. I think it's going to be tricky to break. So it's more important to lock in money on the service holds rather than expose myself too much in the markets during these early stages of this second set. So Khachanov just gone 15 love up. If he holds, I will be re-entering again the back and nay trade to again trade off McDonald's service game. So entering a lay trade on Khachanov and another 1 point back trade on McDonald. Okay, 30 love. And we should be expecting on the hold to get back to around 7.4 and the 1.16 area. So it would be nice to have a little bit more money in the market if we can get a break. If not, and as the set progresses, also I'll just look to reduce liability if there really is no sign of a break. Okay, McDonald's just come back, 30.15. And 40.15, it looks like Khachanov is going to hold quite comfortably here. And hopefully we'll see another decent service hold from McDonald. Okay, so 1-1 with McDonald to serve. So I'm going to another 1 point. We've actually got a slightly better price there, 6.8. Sorry. I jumped in too quickly then. I should have waited for the price to move. We haven't got in a good price there. And a slightly better price on Khachanov. Now this varies sometimes. When you do jump in very quickly to get a better price, sometimes it will just swing around a bit, and I have missed out on a bit of price movement there. We got it at 6.8, actually I could have got in at 7.2, but no major biggie. And again, I'll just look to lock in some profit on, hopefully, this service hold. And if he does hold comfortably again, I'll be closing off the lay side. And again, just taking a bit of money out of the market on the backside. So probably just less than half a point again. So you're trading 250 per point. I'll probably take another 100 off the backside. Let's just hang on in there and just see what happens in this service game. Okay, so 30 love. It would be nice to see another Service hold to love. Always fills you with confidence when the player you're backing does hold serve quite seamlessly. Now, from the first set's analysis, all bar one of his service holds in the first set were pretty seamless, with just that one break giving Khachanov that opening set. Now, of course, you have got to bear in mind that he is the outsider here. So, stats-wise and probability-wise, we are expecting a Khachanov overall win. But of course, with trading, it doesn't matter who actually wins the actual match. Mainly just looking at the second set service holds. Okay, 40-15, and the profit's looking pretty healthy at the moment. Still very early stages in this second set. Be nice to see him just hold cleanly here from 40-15. Okay, 40-30. We don't really want to see this going to juice. Okay, so he has gone to juice, which is a shame from 40-15. See if he can capitalise on this. If it does go to 3 juices, I will be hedging out. When it goes to juice, it is far too much like gambling and not trading. And you've also got to bear in mind when a player has come from either 40 love or 40-15 to juice, it does tend to have an impact on them in a psychological way. So it looks like we've gone to advantage now. Obviously see the pricing move before the score comes in. It is a little bit erratic, the price movement at the moment. Okay, so advantage Khachanov. We do go into the red here. We're still very early on in this second set, so there is still plenty of opportunity to recoup the loss. But of course, we still have confidence that McDonald will take this back. That looks like it might have been... No, I think we're going to go back to juice. Yeah, back to juice. So we're seeing a few unforced errors from Khachanov, which is what we like to see from the player that we're trading against. So that will give McDonald a bit of confidence. It'd be nice to see him now go advantage. Now the fact that we have gone to juice from those seamless, the seamless first service hold in this second set, the price movement I'm predicting is not going to be as strong. If we got out at 1.19 on Khachanov before, we might not quite reach 1.19 due to the confidence in the market. Okay, so we've got advantage. Nice just to get that nice service hold to lock in a bit more profit. Of course, I will be reducing my liability after this, but leaving money in the market to chase the break. Okay, so we have got the break, and we have got back to 1.19. I'm just going to take another 100 out the market on McDonald. 100, not 1,200. So we've sat nicely in the green at the moment, but of course we're looking for a lot more profit than this. The ideal, of course, if we were to get the break now. Let's take a look at the price movements. So pretty solid support and resistance levels there from 115 to 120. Now these are the sort of nice, decent price movements that you want to be looking for to trade the service holds in these second sets. And of course, in price balance, McDonald is the same. So we did have a spike there where it looked like it was going to be a break when it was advantage to Khachanov. But again, pretty well-defined support levels there. So with pretty much a full point in the market, it would be nice to see a break now. And of course, following a break, confirmation of the break. Let's take it one step by time. I did say at the start of this, Khachanov is looking challenging to break, but this is tennis and anything can happen. Of course, this is part of the strategy. We're securing some profit, but we are still looking for that break to secure that decent swing on the break. Okay, 30 love. Both players looking pretty good on their service game in this set. And also in the first set as well. So 70% Khachanov, and look at that, 100% of those have gone in. But to be fair, McDonald's also doing very well, 64% and winning 89%. So very strong serving, which of course is what we always look for in a decent trading match. Love 40, not really what we want to see, but another opportunity to put a little bit more money in the market and trade McDonald's service game. So 2 more game points from Khachanov. Yeah, nice play there from McDonald. Over the years, I have traded Khachanov numerous times, and he has been a good trading player. Certainly if you're backing him. Obviously we're backing McDonald today. I haven't had that much experience of trading him, but I've traded a few matches. Okay, so we've just had the hold. So there's entry again there. If we can get 1.16. And then 7.2 again. So really predictable pricing here. Again, if we have a look at the charts, the support and resistance levels. Look at that on the service holds. Really mechanical pricing there. And that's what, of course, we expect with the tennis. So 15 love, McDonald. Now we'll be taking a little bit more out of the market, assuming that he does hold this. I don't want to be too overexposed as we sort of reach the midway point of this second set. Okay, 15 all. $30.15. See the price movement still is a little bit erratic. We haven't got a huge amount of money in the market. We've got 158,000 in the market. So when you have got these smaller amounts matched in the market, you do tend to have a slightly erratic price movement, and the prices do seem to dart around. Of course, they will find their natural support and resistance levels, but in between, and particularly on the second serves, they can dart around a fair bit. That's nice to see. 40-15. I would like to see just a straightforward hold here from McDonald. Yep, okay, so we've got it, and we're going to get out again at, can we get to 1.19? Yep, we can, there we go. I'm going to take 200 off first, sorry, 100. I wasn't paying attention there, was I? That's what you get when you're trying to commentate while you're trading. You've got to have full focus. So I backed instead of laid there. Typical man cannot multitask, but I'm happy with that. Leaving that money in the market. So if we do get the break, we've got a decent swing there. So we're looking for around the 3.5 mark. If he was to win this set, or even with a break, and of course confirmation of the break, and as you can see, that would yield a nice bit of profit. Let's see if he can break Khachanov in Khachanov's third service game of this second set. Okay, so 15 love to Khachanov. If Khachanov does hold this cleanly and there's no sniff of a break, then I will only look to enter a slightly smaller stake on McDonald's next service game and then lock in a lot more profit, depending on the actual balance sheet. Bearing in mind we're now reaching the mid to latter stages of the second set, I may even look to take the money out of the market. Khachanov is looking strong on his service hold. Okay, 40 love. And he seems to be really into the rhythm now. So I don't want to overexpose myself in the market too much on McDonald. It would have been nice to have had a break. We've had 3 bites of the cherry to grab a break, and to be honest, we haven't even got close to a break. Bearing in mind that McDonald is the outsider here, you've just got to have a much more cautious approach. So I'm only going to enter another 1 point into the market, and we've got a slightly better price in there, so we've got 1.15. I'm going to look to lock in a bit more profit on this service hold, potentially leave a little bit in the market to chase that late break. But if we get a decent profit on this service hold, I may just look to lock that in and take the money and run. Okay, looks like the score hasn't come up. It looks like it is being overruled. You'll notice there that the score hasn't come up and the price hasn't moved. So the market is waiting for the decision. And now we've got the point has gone to McDonald, which is good news for us. Still arguing about it, but there's nothing he can do about it. So that's good for us. And it's also nice when you see the opponent being a bit rattled. Now, to be fair to him, that did look like it scraped the line, but it was in fact out. Okay, so 15 all. Now McDonald's first serves have just dropped off a bit in these last couple of games and just gone to 15-30. He is looking a little bit rattled. Let's just wait and see what happens here. If it goes to 15-40, I will be hedging out. It'd be a shame to have gone from the profit to the loss, but that's my rule. There we go, 30 all. Always good to get out before the break. And hopefully this has given, decent serve there from McDonald. Hopefully it's given him a bit of confidence to just close out this service game. Disappointing to not see McDonald really just smashing those first serves in like he was doing in the first set. Okay, 40-30. And of course, if the player you're backing does keep going to second serve, the market will react to this, and they will have less confidence in that player who keeps going to the second serve. But I'll look to, hopefully you can hold here, I'll close off the lay side and reduce my liability a bit more on the back side. Okay, we've got another dodgy line call. Again, the point hasn't moved. Waiting for confirmation from the umpire. Okay. Obviously, we didn't see that. No, well, that's not. Obviously, some technical error there. I thought I was dreaming there. Not quite sure what's going to happen here. Sort of a bit of an amateurish setup. There we go. He's been given the game. Yep, in. Fantastic. So we've got a bit fortunate there. And we're going to get out. Reduce the liability right down. We've still got a lot of profit on McDonald. We sat at 176, so this is even without a break. Yeah, the market's just lost a little bit of confidence in McDonald. As I said, from the keep going to the second serve. So I'm just going to reduce a little bit more, just secure that. If we do get a break here, fantastic. If not, I'm not going to enter any more money into the markets. So just being very overcautious here and not leaving myself too exposed. Of course, we do get the break. We're going to have obviously a much lesser of a swing, but this is my much more cautious approach. If we do get the break, the confirmation, and he takes the set, we've still got a fair amount of profit, but obviously just not as much as we would have done if we'd been a bit more kamikaze with it. But of course, if you have that more aggressive trading approach, you're going to have bigger losses. So let's see if we can just chase this late break. The ideal now to get a break. Let's see what happens here. So Khachanov's fourth service game in the second set. Now, Khachanov did have a couple of close calls which had gone against him. Whether that rattles him or not, probably not. But McDonald's really got to pull his finger out now and get this break. Okay, 15 love. Okay, he's getting a bit narky with the umpire, which again is always good to see when the opponent you're trading against is getting like that. You want to see them get a little bit distracted. Can affect their play. Okay, 15 all. Okay, 15.30. Now we haven't actually seen McDonald lead at all in Khachanov's service games. He has trailed behind in every one of Khachanov's service games in the second set, which is not a great sign, of course, and we haven't had any sniff of a break or even any overreaction in price. If he had led or even gone 15.40, there would have been some opportunity to lock in a bit more money and just increase that profit. Okay, so 30 all. To be fair to McDonald, he is fighting in this one. And we'll just see what the price movement will be if he does go to break points. So we're at 1.19 on Khachanov. Mackenzie does get a break point. It'd be interesting to see what the price movement will move to. Okay, second serve. So you see the price does just move a tick or two. Okay, so Khachanov has got the game point. You see even from the first serve to the second serve, you get a couple of ticks movements on the lay side. It'd be nice if we could take this to deuce. No, there we go. Khachanov is held. Now I'm not going to enter any more money into the market. At 4-4, it's far too risky to enter any more money into the market. What I'm going to plan to do here is wait until McDonald hopefully holds. If there's any sign of a break, I will be hedging out. But if he holds, I will be hedging out this and just taking the profit. The main reason being that Khachanov does seem unbreakable. McDonald hasn't led in any of the service games, and he's basically just trailing behind. He is holding well, but he's just trailing behind on Khachanov's service holds. Again, McDonald there, again, just not being quite as fluid as he was with his first serves as he was in that first set. Excuse me. Okay, 30 love, and again, really mechanical pricing. The pricing has been so mechanical in this second set, so hopefully you can just close this off now, and I will exit with a decent profit, bearing in mind literally this has just been trading off the service games and also not even full stakes in all of the service games. Okay, so 40 love. I will just close off it's not worth doing. I'll just wait until set end. Not set end, sorry, game end. So he's held. I am just going to take this profit. As I said, that's not bad profit at all. Bearing in mind, all we've been doing is locking in on the service holds, and we have had very mechanical price movements in this second set. It would obviously be disappointing now in hindsight if McDonald does break and take this set. But for me, it's just not work. You know, there wasn't really any sniff of a break on Khachanov, and I'd rather just preserve that little bit of profit rather than essentially gamble on that last service game. So again, look at that, real support and resistance, very mechanical price movements here, which provide a nice decent bit of profit just trading off the service games. So not bad. Shame we didn't get the break, but this just goes to show how you can come away with a fair amount of profit. So it's basically 1 point's profit there just from trading the service holds. You can join my Platinum Traders group at protennistrader.teachable.com. I am still, just for a limited time only, running it at the reduced rate of £33 a month, but of course you do get a 7-day free trial with that. And you can also enroll in my free Introduction to Tennis Trading video course if you haven't done so already. And then of course the complete guide to trading tennis matches is also available on my website. Now this provides absolutely everything you need to become a profitable tennis trader, and also includes a full month of Platinum Traders. And to see my other offerings on my website, you can download my free ebook, Tennis Trading, the Ultimate Guide to Getting Started, and I'll be running a few videos over the next couple of months on my Forex strategy. Now I've traded Forex a lot longer than I've traded tennis matches, and this still provides really good, consistent results. So I will be posting more videos on my Forex strategy, as well, of course, as my tennis trading videos. But in the meantime, good luck with your trading, and I'll see you soon.